Hello, welcome to Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. Let's talk. You've got myself, Apps, and Tom Adkins, who are going to give you our thoughts on Kojima's latest entry into the MGS series. As many people know, we're both big fans of the MGS game, so we were very excited to finally get our hands on this one. And in this particular video, we're only going to be covering off how the game plays and the different features of the game, so don't worry too much about story spoilers here. And just for some context, I've put about 20 hours into this so far, and I think I'm on 11% completions or something ridiculously low. So Metal Gear has gone open world, and it appears to be absolutely massive, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is huge. I still can't get over the size of it. I know they did say, didn't they, it was 200 times the size of Ground Zeroes.
Mm.
But no, the actual scale, just to think that this is only one part of one map.
Yeah.
We've still got another one to go, which is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah, so that's what I've been hearing. There's two locations essentially, and I imagine it's going to be in a similar size to Afghanistan, which is where you deployed to first. I never got to play Peace Walker, but you did, and so have obviously many other fans. They picked it up in the HD collection or went on the PSP. But does this? I assume this expands on the foundations of what Peace Walker laid.
Yeah, it's essentially as if they've kept Peace Walker inside of Phantom Pain. It's
Right.
like the same sort of setup with these sort of mini missions.
Sure.
It feels a lot like mini missions now that they've got the credits and things after
Yeah.
you complete it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've definitely kept that sort of, because I think that was perfectly made for a PSP game, because it's the sort of thing you're gonna pick up, play for
Sure.
sort of half hour and put it down again. So
Yeah.
it works really well. But it still works with a AAA title where you're sticking 6-7 hours into it at a time.
Yeah, now you're coming on to the main missions. They
Mm.
are structured slightly differently, so they're kind of they're very independent, aren't they? Each mission,
Yeah.
as you said, has its own cast list, which appears beforehand, so it shows you which characters are going to star in that. And
Oh.
I think it kind of spoils the surprise of some missions when it says X and X is going to be appearing, and you
Mm.
think, right, so they're going to
Yeah,
obviously pop in and ruin their head at some point.
that's true.
You get a grade at the end of each mission, so A, B, C, or even S, isn't it? Starts on S, A, B, C, D. I don't know if it goes down to E. I assume it does, but I've not done that badly yet to get
No.
myself an E yet. And also tied up into the main missions are a set of optional objectives, which often you find out as you go along. You don't really get told these up front. You kind of get like a bit of intel saying there's a prisoner to rescue, and you assume that's also part of the optional mission itself. So you can actually do as much or as little as you want. You could just go from straight A to B and do the mission, or you could sort of deviate off and carry out these objective ones. It adds to the replayability of it. I mean, it'd be nice to know these up front personally, because then
Yeah.
you could sort of plan the mission properly. But afterwards, it does tell you what you've missed out on, and you can then go back and replay it. How do you like this new structure to the main missions themselves? Because obviously in previous, like Metal Gear Solid 4, for example, it was just kind of like 3 or 4 acts, wasn't it? And they were one big mission,
Was,
and the
yeah.
story developed as you was playing it. Whereas this, a lot sometimes the missions, even though they're called main missions, aren't directly related to the narrative.
Mm. No, that's right. I do really enjoy it. Like you say, the previous games were very linear, weren't they? So you
Mm.
sort of, like you say, progressing through the story and unlocking it.
Yeah.
With this, it's just so open that you can just sort of pick it up and put it down whenever you want, and you
Yeah.
do feel like you're progressing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. They just don't tie the narrative up, which I think them not tying the story into most of the main missions makes it a lot more accessible to people who either weren't interested in the story, because we'll admit that it is a bit out there, even though we're big
Yeah,
fans of it, or that just don't know anything about it. You could come into this pretty fresh and get an
yeah,
idea of what's going on, and enjoy the game still. Whereas before it
that's
was so
it.
linked into the narrative, if you wasn't
Mm.
hooked on that, you weren't. I don't think people got as much enjoyment out of it as they perhaps could have.
No, he really has sort of broaden his horizons with like the different people that will
Mm,
start playing these games,
yeah,
because like you say, you can just do side missions,
yeah,
side ops as they call them, don't
yeah,
they?
yeah.
Anyone can play that. Like you say, it's not story related, and it's brilliant gameplay the way it's done.
Yeah, so the side ops, there's two types of missions you can pretty much do in the game. You can deploy yourself on the map to go. There's the main missions, which we just discussed, and they some of them are tied into the narrative, but it seems very light still, and they're still
Mm.
very standalone. But there's side ops as well, which I love these. I love these side ops. They
Mm.
are very small missions, aren't they? Usually, it's normally one
Yeah.
objective. there's no pressure to perform because there's no grading to worry about at the end. You can't just wander into the area of which the mission is meant to start, and then you're
Yeah,
off. They're one-off missions where I tend to use it to experiment with different tactics and whatnot. And
that's right.
they obviously give you your GMP, which is your currency essentially for your mother base expansion. But do you find yourself doing more side ops than main missions at the moment?
I am, yeah. I think the way they've included the open worldness of it, whereas
Mm,
previously on Peace Walker you'd do like a side op,
yeah,
and that's it, that's the mission done. But because this is an open world, you can do these side ops, and as soon as you complete it, you're still in the open
yeah,
world. You
yeah.
can just move on and go to another one in a different area.
Yeah,
So
you can stay out on the field for ages, can't you?
yeah,
Just doing
yeah,
mission after mission, and you can even do that with the main missions as well, because you can trigger those from in the field as well.
yeah,
Um,
that's right.
so-
Yeah, and like you say, I think I'm sort of sided to the side ops.
yeah,
um, because I can just smash through it, and
yeah.
I feel like I don't want to go through the story too quick. I'm trying to
Trying to
relish it.
relish the story, which is not a bad thing. Although it's not, I don't think it's progressing as quickly as what the other ones are. It certainly doesn't
No,
seem as involved, but well,
no,
it may
that's
change
right.
as we play on. Mother base expansion. So
Mm.
that's obviously a big point that's returned from Peace Walker.
Yeah,
How are you finding that side of things? You enjoying upgrading and getting new weapons and spending
yeah.
your money? I mean, I've nearly bankrupted mine already. I've not done any upgrades for a few days because I've spent it all on stuff like rocket launchers and grenade launchers. I'm never going to use. I don't need them sort of
No.
weapons. I'm trying to be quiet most of the time, but I just had to have them.
Yeah, it's a really good added feature they've put in. It makes you want to play it to sort of unlock stuff. You've never
Mm,
really had that before in a Metal Gear. I suppose maybe Metal Gear 4 you could unlock guns through
sure.
drilling and stuff.
Yeah.
You've never really had like a sort of unlocking system that sort of rewards you. So, like I say, it does make you want to come back and play it, just to, like you say, and develop your skills and stuff, and both,
Yeah.
and so you can start unlocking new things for Mother Base.
That's it.
It's
And they
good.
go on.
I was gonna say, but previously you had the Mother Base,
Yeah.
what their version in thing, but you could never go in it. So actually
Oh,
wandering around it's
right. Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, because
Um,
there's side ops linked into that as well, isn't there?
yeah,
There's
that's
like
right.
different
Yeah, you
trials
could
and whatnot.
send them out. I think you can do down here later on. I think you can sort of send out your own Mother Base staff.
Yes, yeah, I've just unlocked that. Funny enough
Oh,
today,
really?
so yeah, you can do kind of like, although you don't actively take part in the mission, you can send your staff off to do missions, and it'll give you a percentage based on their grading and your
Oh,
reward and whatnot, and they'll be away for X amount of time. So yeah, that's something that's it's unlocked. I mean, I've not even got Mother Base fully unlocked yet, and there's still new stuff
no.
coming in. So it's
Yeah.
that's a separate game in itself almost. If you want to get
Well,
on
that's
top of that and make that, because you can build new platforms and you can focus on R&D or you can focus on
even
combat.
side ops in the Mother Base.
Yeah,
The annoying one that we
yeah,
know.
yeah. The bloody target practice one, which took me about 3 hours to do. I finally did it, but that was doing my
Oh.
head in. But I needed that. I needed it off the map. It was annoying me sitting there. That was the
Mm.
only thing. So have you got any a couple of minor criticisms I've got of the game is that one, playing online at the moment, obviously we're just
Yeah.
like a week removed from release, and playing online really slows the game down because it's trying to upload your progress into the servers, which are just not up to the task at the moment. I find that I'm trying to load my iDroid sometimes, and it takes a good 15, 20 seconds, and it's
Mm.
sitting there trying to push it into the servers. I don't know if you've experienced a similar kind of
Yeah,
slowdown
really,
when playing online.
really have. Like I said, I went round with friends the other day and he's playing it on PC, and
Yeah,
they're having the same problems as well. And
right.
it's again, like you think, even on a PC, you think, oh, it might be a bit quicker, but it really isn't. The servers
No.
are really laying the boot in on this.
Yeah, so I think it's one of those things where I'm trying to play offline if it's slowing me down too much. I don't think I'm missing out on too much
No,
playing it offline. Just I'm never going to be high enough on the leaderboards to upload anything decent
no,
anyway. So
no, me neither.
as long as it saves my progress, I'm not too fussed. But the fact that it is open world does have its own set of problems in that although there's side missions scattered about, the map is just so big, and because it's like an Afghanistan desert,
Mm.
travelling on horseback from A to B sometimes can take 5 minutes alone, can't it?
Mm.
I find it a bit frustrating that there's not as many kind of helicopter drop-off points, which I know you can unlock by destroying anti-air radars, but I find
Oh,
myself being dropped off miles away from the mission area, or sometimes the mission area is so big that it'll take me 10 minutes to just
yeah,
scout the area and get around. But I guess it's all part of making it open world,
that's
and
it. Yeah, it's sort of making you search that area, isn't it? Sort of.
yeah, go through it and make sure you go through a fine tooth comb and not miss anything.
That's
But
right. Yeah, it's weird that they haven't put a fast travel mechanism in. I know, like you say,
True.
you can go from each airport and stuff,
Yeah,
but
what I'm finding, yeah, one thing I find, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but when I've finished a mission or side op, for example, and the other side op's the other side of the map, I want to be able to jump in a helicopter for it to take me to the nearest
yeah,
drop point. But I don't know if you can or can't do that. I've not been able to manage that
no,
yet, so I don't know whether it's even a feature, which is a bit frustrating. Unless I've
no,
got to upgrade my helicopter, I don't know. I don't mind paying
possible.
for it, but
No, no, no. That's the good thing. We're still unlocking things and finding out new mechanics and things. So we don't know.
no, I mean, we it said
All
it
in
is
mystery.
literally unlocking loads of stuff. Like you can unlock upgrades on your horse, on the dog, on the helicopter. There is
Mm,
so much stuff that you can pretty much upgrade anything. Even Snake's arm, his bionic arm, can be upgraded
mm.
using if you unlock the right kind of thing. So maybe it's something that will just come as if I spend more money on the helicopter. But overall, I'm impressed of how it is.
Very impressed.
It's not the Metal Gear Solid formula I know, but it's
No,
certainly an evolution as to what an open world type game would look like with a Metal Gear Solid skin over it. And it's the gameplay is just superb, and it's probably one of the they always get better, and there's no
yeah,
way this has not got any better than the last. It's expanded on everything that Ground Zero's kind of put in a box and just said, look, there's a world for you to go and do it. It's up to you how you accomplish your missions, which is great. So I've got slight concerns over the story, but we'll cover that off in a separate video itself, and draw this particular one to a close. So thanks for joining me, Tom. It's a pleasure as always.
welcome. Thanks for having me.
No worries. The rest of you up there, make sure you like and subscribe so you can keep up to date with all things Dimp Digital. But there's nothing else for me to say here apart from thanks for your time and ta-da.